Well, a very, very good afternoon from a sparkling Sydney Harbour for the second last heat of the JJ Giltinan 18-foot skiff championships, brought to you by Winnings. And what a day we've got. A beautiful sea breeze has just come in, and it's been in a few hours now, and it's going to be hopefully another thrilling race. And the question will be, will we see the champion decided today? A race early, but that's for a bit later. So I say good afternoon firstly to Andrew Buckland. An overview quickly, Andrew, of the weather.
Pete, sort of the same as yesterday, the day before yesterday. High pressure cell in the central Tasman Sea. East, northeast flow, northeast flow, northeast flow across the New South Wales coast. Here in Sydney, northeast, 10 to 12, expected to be all there is, and perhaps fading as the day goes on.
Okay, well, thank you. And also some rather interesting news that some of the skiffs have gone on little rig and some are on big rig, and a couple of the three favourites have split between the two, but we'll see a bit more of that shortly. But there's a few protests that were hanging around over the last few days, so I thought I'd just update everyone on that. And nothing really significantly happened. They've either been withdrawn or out of time or not granted redress.
Or kicked into touch or something.
The only one that has any effect on the point score really is in race 3, when poor old Smeg was disqualified for an incident with the Bloody Danes. So they were a bit further down the list on points, but none of the top boats were affected. Some withdrawn, some protest invalid because out of time submitting, no redress granted. So nothing affects the top placings whatsoever. So that's the news from the protest room. So we say good afternoon to Jimmy Bury. And Jimmy, here we go again on our wonderful northeasterly course.
Good afternoon, Pete. Yep, we start down here. We're actually more in Double Bay than Clark Island. Work their way up to the Beetle Buoy, just up near the south head. Around that, come running down with the spinnakers set around Shark Island to the jibe mark. Drop the chutes at Clark Island. Work their way back up to the Beetle Buoy. Run straight back down to Clark Island to a laid mark. Then work their way back up to the Beetle Buoy for the final time. Set their spinnakers for a run down around Shark Island to the finish just here off Double Bay.
And that's exactly where we are for the start of the 8th heat of the championship. Racing today for the Big Kite Memorial Trophy, and Andrew will talk a bit later about who that's named after, an old friend who's left us way too early. But the breeze at the moment, 10, 11, 12 knots, and a gamble on rigs today, and we'll see shortly who's on what. But we might now have a look at the point score. That is in a very interesting stage, certainly at the top of the list. We've got Yandu. This is with a drop. He's dropping a third, so he's been a very consistent performer. He's on 10 points with a drop. Then Rag and Famish and Andu both on 14 points. And their worst performance, Rag's worst performance, is a 7th, and Andu's is a 6th. Then a fair gap then to Finport in 4th. 5th is the Black Knight. 6th, Queenslander, Bigfoot Bags and Covers. 7th, ASCC Racing, number 1 team from New Zealand. Lazarus, Tom Kunich in 8th position. Balmain 9th, and Marine Outlet in 10. I think the good news there for the future of the fleet is that in that top 10 we have the Black Knight from Germany. We've got our friends from Brisbane and also our team from Auckland. So they're all in the top 7. So very good looking at the future of the 18s. And then following down from the 10th spot of Marine Outlet, the Oak, Vycobi, Fisher Paykel, 6th, Smeg, Victoria Racing, Shaw and Partners is 17, C-Tech 18. Then we go to Burrowang, Kitchen Maker, the Bloody Danes, 18-footer, Noakes, Hoffelhaus, Royal Auckland Racing Team, UK 91, Royal Akarana, UK 91, and then ASCC 2 is the final team. And they've got a crew change today. Ollie Gilmore drops out, and Nathan Gullickson comes aboard as the only crew change across the fleet. And quickly on the handicap side of things, I've got that somewhere. We've got someone leading, I can tell you that. And I can tell you that someone is. Come on, Andrew, you've got to help me here. I've lost it in the papers. I'll come back to you, as they say. I think it is. I think it is Lazarus, but
it's Lazarus, I think, indeed, yes.
Lazarus, Rag and Famish, and 6. That's the handicap list. But yesterday was International Women's Day, and earlier today in the park, I spoke to one of our lady skippers, with Emma Rankin, the skipper of Shaw and Partners. How's the regatta been going so far for you, Emma?
Yeah, it's been going good. Yeah, we had a really good start on the Saturday, and then unfortunately Sunday we had a bit of a bang breakage, but we've got that fixed. Munster fixed that up for us, and since then we've been just enjoying it. It's been good rides, and we were in a good position yesterday, but unfortunately we had a capsize, so still okay.
It was tough competition out there, but I mean you're doing remarkably well all season, really.
Yeah, it's been an amazing season. Yeah, I've surprised myself, and I think the boys have been surprised as well. So it's been good. Yeah.
So what's your background in sailing? Where did you grow up sailing?
So I grew up sailing on Pittwater. I'm from the Northern Beaches, so that's sort of my home club, and I started at Byra, and then I've moved to RPA. I was sailing like a 49er for a little while, and then did the match racing youth development squad out of RPA, and then still at RPA. I started sailing catamarans with another guy there, and I've been doing that for the past 3 years. And then I saw the opportunity for the women's program / training, and I signed myself up for that, and then here I am.
And next year you'll carry on in the 18s?
I hope so, yeah. I really want to. I'm not 100% sure what the plan is yet, but we'll have a chat to a few people and see what we can make happen. I think it'll be good.
Well, good luck for the remaining 2 races, and great to see you out there.
Yeah, thank you. Awesome.
What a day we've got on the harbour. It's a beautiful northeasterly sea breeze. A lot of yachts on the harbour at the moment. A lot of small boats up near the Weather Market, Beechel Boy, Sow and Pigs area. So they could we'll see a lot of them after the start. But Andrew, looking at the point score, really it's a race in 3, isn't it? Just tell us quickly what you believe will be the outcome of the points if certain things happen today or not happen.
Well, the summary of the summary is that Yandu just needs 1 second place for the last 2 races to win the championship. Rag and Famish and Andu are equal. If either of them win 2 races, they can obviously threaten Yandu to some degree, but Yandu's worst race is a 3rd, so, sorry, Yandu's worst race is a 3rd. Sorry, sorry, viewers. So, what will play out probably is you'll see Yandu go around today, and I expect them to be in the top 3 and expect them to be able to seal the deal today. And then it's a fight for second between Rag and Famish and Andu. And Pete, Andu with number 2 rig in today, and Rag with big. As we're near start time, it's big sail, no problem at all. So Andu's taking some risk. Let's see how it plays out.
So we've got Yandu and Rag on big rigs.
Yep.
And Andu on the little rig. Well, there's a rig comparison there between those boats vying at equal second at the moment, as we say hello to a lot of our friends.
And Trips and viewers, can we just say we think we've lost a couple of questions en route somewhere, and if anybody has unanswered questions, good time to repost them if you want, if you have some kind of query.
We'll give you Bucko's personal email and you can send them there.
You will not.
Okay, well, Keith Statton's back. Welcome to you. Rollo's back in Western Australia, terrorising them over there instead of over here.
Where he belongs, that's right, indeed.
Francis White thinking of Big Kite. Well, I think we all agree with that. Yankee Express is back. Nipper Henderson's there. Robert Glover. Pete Faminga, as usual. Gary Leaf is there. Oh, you're a bit cheeky again, Gary. Careful. Who else we got? Pete Townsend. Big Kite was his first cousin. So we're thinking of that, Pete, for you today. Paul Nahon from Missouri. Max Crittenden from Sonora Desert, Southern California.
Sonoma Desert or the Sonora Desert?
Sonora.
The Sahara Desert?
No, not Sahara.
Not the Sonoma.
Just stick with me, Andrew.
I'm trying to. It's difficult.
Leave the jokes to me. You just concentrate on what rig's going up and down. Rod Daly, very quiet in Queenstown. Well, it's going to warm up here for you in a few moments with the start scheduled for just over 7 minutes. On the harbour, about 10, 11 knots of northeasterly breeze. Lorraine York's back.
Pete, I think we should correct that a little. I think it's actually nor-nor'east, truly speaking.
Right, okay, nor-nor'east. Lorraine, good luck to all the St George sailors from the old Bill Riley. Remember that name for sure. Graham Long's from Perth with us. Yankee Express, he would choose the big rig today. Well, a lot of people agree with you there. The Brisbane 18-footers, of course, going for the big foot, and of course would be delighted with their performance so far. And a very nice couple of emails we've got overnight from Dave Porter, the 1975 JJ winner in KB. I think he's coming down to the club tomorrow and helping out on the ferry. So thank you very much, Dave, for your very nice email, and it'd be great to see you tomorrow. Mark Jardine, getting up early to watch the racing. Wish he was in Sydney again. So, Malcolm Robertson, thank you for your very kind comments, as usual. Nice to have you with us. As we're just awaiting the signals here at Double Bay. There's the Rag and Famish. Excellent win in the heat on Tuesday. They just absolutely scattered the fleet. Thursday, just testing, yep, Thursday.
Good, we're awake, Justin. And
they won by well over 3 minutes. You know, outstanding performance. Harry Price, Finn Rodowitz and Josh McKnight.
Yep.
And also, they were that far ahead, they went on handicap.
And they were cruising, and they were very conservative on some things. So, anyway, little rig day. Pete, the other thing to note is, of course, that the tide is dead low 2 minutes after the start, or 3 minutes after the start, and the old timers would say the wind will freshen on the change of tide. And I think it's sort of possible, but not today, and quite a big amount of flow, 1.4 flood.
Okay, well, they're the signals. 5 minutes.
So smooth water.
Almost underway. The Winnings JJ Championship for 2024.
Smooth water and long beats against the tide.
And their race partner today, Smeg, long-time sponsor of 18-footers here on the harbour. There's the Smeg.
So, Jimmy, who else would we expect to go well today? Smooth water, long beat, big sail.
Probably the Finport for my liking, and the Lazarus, both with those massive rigs that they have.
So if you're starting right now, Andrew, what rig would you have in?
One.
Big rig, okay.
Yep, no problem at all. Oh, yeah.
It's coming up to 4 minutes. Tide just starting to come in. It's probably slack at the moment.
Yeah, slack water.
It's
right
4
now.
minutes. So probably not much tidal influence on the first beat, but it'll grow as the race gets older. Lovely day. You can see that, just some puffy white clouds away to the west, northwest, but other than that, it's an absolute clear sky. Beautiful breeze starting to build a little bit on the harbour. Massive yachts and skiffs upwind off Watson's Bay, that's for sure. But all pretty clear here at the starting line between Clark Island and Point Piper off Double Bay. And Yandu leads the point score. Can she seal the championship today? Or will Rag and Famish and Andu have a big say in that? Yandu, Rag and Famish on number one rigs. Andu roll the dice somewhat on the smaller rig. And one of the heaviest crews there. Could be a big gamble. Yeah, John Cooley. Hello to you, John. Well, you'll be pretty happy with the way your young bloke's been performing. Jamie Whitman from Vancouver, Canada. Hello to you, Jamie. Hope all's well in Canada. And we're all well here with just on 2.5 minutes to go. And the starting line, what are you liking, Andrew? Where are we going?
As usual, Pete, the pin.
You like the pin?
Yeah, progressive header with more wind as you go. So
don't want to go too far under Bradley's. We've seen that.
Remind the crews. Did you do that?
Well, Yandu capsized up there the other day by going too far into Bradley's.
Yeah.
Just got spiky, squirrely, whatever you like. Really gets tricky. If you go a couple of boat lengths too far, you can really pay the big penalty. We're coming up to 2 minutes. Stand by.
Back eddy with Catabatic, Peter. It wasn't tidy.
Back eddy with Catabatic. We don't like that, but I'll work out what it was or is, but we'll certainly look out for that. Okay, there's the Hoofle House.
Pretty there.
Just rolling down. In 140 to go. Not much that wind here where we are.
10, lucky to be 10 on the line.
Big rig favourite at the moment.
Yep.
There's a huge, big, I suppose you call it a boat, party barge in the middle of the course at the moment. Hopefully he can move quickly and get out of the way, but we're coming up to 1:10. Who's down that end? Lazarus is down there. He's been one of the best starters in this regatta.
I think been very good.
Very solid. And he's had a couple of fourths, a minute to go. Andu's down there. Yandu's in the middle, probably in the second row. Rag and Famish up at the weather end. Oh, there's a lot of boats up here. It's a black cloud up here.
Yeah, but
there's plenty of them. 45 seconds.
Yandu's just hiding there behind Balmain.
The Rag would be comfortable though, given who's near them, Pete.
Vycobi just above them. You can see Vycobi there, Kirk Mitchell. And we've got 30 seconds. Okay, they're well behaved at the moment. No one's really put the foot down.
Balmain looks well positioned.
Marine Outlet again right at the weather end. He looks solid. Someone done a little bargee here, 6th at the top.
Oh, there's not much room.
10 seconds. Starting to rumble. Here we go. Andrew's right down at the pin. 5. I think we're going to be clear.
No, it's going to be good.
A few boats stacked up in trouble down the leeward end. We're away.
It's pretty good. Lazarus had to stop, I think, Pete, down there.
Yeah, he did. Okay, 6th at the committee boat. Got in there. Hang on. Oh. There's an individual. We think it may be Lazarus. We're not sure.
Oh, and Andu's gone back.
Oh, Andu's gone back too. Lazarus went back. Andu went back. So they were both over. Andu and Lazarus was just getting confirmation of that. They've both gone back, so all in play now. We're off to Bradley's Head. Couple of kitchen makers, the first to get onto port, as are the other news. This RAYC is tacked, and Sixt is now tacked, and C-Tech also going off on port.
Just heard from the start boat, Pete. That was the only 2 that were called back, and everyone's returned. So everyone else is all
good.
in play.
Oh, gee, Andrew's given a big start. Now he's right behind the fleet on a small rig. See him there. Got a lot of work to do to get into this race and stay in the contention for the title. He's defending the title, don't forget. We're away. All the good guys are off on starboard. And they're well below Bradley's. They won't even be anywhere near Bradley's. Those that start in the middle or down towards the pin.
There's a big high slope contest going on up in front of us, Pete, isn't there? The Yandu's even in a bit of bother.
Well, Yandu's bailed out. He'll have to take a couple of sterns here to clear his air. Rag and Famish looks solid.
Yeah, Rag and Famish and Vycobi are the 2 leaders.
Okay, well, that's the Rag there, and just coming into picture is Vycobi. And you see
the Yandu behind them.
And then the next boat that Yandu goes behind off screen will be Marine Outlet, who also got a very good start up at the windward end. Now a few yachts coming down in the Royal Sydney Yacht Squadron race and a ferry at Bradley's Head, so plenty to contend with on the harbour. And we're into it. 2 boats over, both went back, Andu and Lazarus. They just got a little whisker greedy down at the pin end. Lovely conditions. Big sail breeze here, definitely at the moment. You'd be really struggling with that little rig, a second rig on.
Yeah, and perhaps Fitport is close to the lead as well, and ASCC. ASCC needs to get on the port fairly shortly. And he's got to avoid the incoming ferry from Manly.
It's got a very patient, fast ferry going to Manly, just sitting here behind the fleet as well.
It's all happening. There's yachts, there's ferries, there's 18-footers. It's a typical Saturday afternoon on Sydney Harbour. There's the ferry.
And ASCC just tacking there. Wow, and
he's just gone far enough. I think he might have an effect off the ferry. It's the Burrowing just going across our picture there. There's Fisher Paykel just tacking now. Well, it's a big split already, and we really can't give you a leader. I don't know who it'll be. Lazarus has done very well from being over at the start and going back. He's up there. He is really motoring. Old Tommy Cunich, he's got the bit between his teeth there. I think the New Zealanders are close to the front.
they are.
ASCC 1.
So he's just going to cross Rag and Famish.
Eli Leifting, Adam Mustel and Josh Shon. Good effort. Currently 7th on the point score. Here's our Victorian friends. Yeah, they might have gone a little too far.
Yeah, they're in a bit of lull.
And that's the New Zealand boat. I think he's crossing the fleet. There's a couple way down in the right, one of which is Andu, who's done okay also to get himself out of all sorts of trouble. There's the Royal Oak tacking up to Bradley's. Just see what happens here. The breeze leaves you, and they're just all sitting in at the moment before they get the breeze.
Yeah, well judged from Kobe and the Rag kind of jump. Lazarus coming at him on starboard.
Yeah, well, Lazarus is across the Rag.
Had to duck, but...
And then also the bloody Danes have done well in the middle. But we'll see if we can line them all up for you, because it's a big split early on and we're not even at Bradley's. And the breeze is down here. It's just under 10 knots.
Well, be honest to get back into the left here.
Well, it's
not
good.
Too early, but just early enough, shall we say.
I'd like to hit that Bradley's Head.
The white lighthouse.
Yeah, that'll
be
be me.
Let's tap the lighthouse, shall we?
And there's a gentleman skipper on the ferry. He's just trying to weave his way through. There's a police launch towing a boat back down the course.
Bradley's Head as usual.
Yeah.
Congestion central.
Chaotic self.
Yeah. Lazarus has hurt himself a bit up there, Pete.
You'd say that ferry driver knows what he's doing and very respectful of the yachts and 18-footers.
Yep.
Very good. Full marks to that skipper. Just popping out from the ferry, you'll see no one at the moment because we're on Balmain. They're in the middle of the pack. Just ahead of them is the bloody Danes. And I think Lazarus is leading. I don't see anyone else that can get to him at the moment. He's absolutely streeted them.
I think Lazarus is first. I think Rag and Famish is second. And probably the Danes might be third.
Kitchen Maker's well placed also. But there's Lazarus. He has looks to have a big rig, Jimmy. I think you alluded to that earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, the Lazarus, when I was speaking to Marcus Ashley-Jones, he obviously had that boat last year. He went for the largest maximum amount of sail area he could get on the thing, because he said that traditionally this time of year it's light, and that's what he was aiming for, was for the JJs. So.
Okay, well, I think the news is that the Aucklanders, ASCC 1, will probably cross. There they are. Just to the left of, well, you'll see Lazarus going back, and I think the New Zealanders will cross.
Andrew nearly got run down by that power boat that just went past us, Pete. So
Andrew did?
Almost got run down by them.
Good. Another friendly operator out here.
Yeah, so Andrew's getting bounced around in the peloton now.
With his small rig on too.
Paying full price.
Yeah. So ASCC 1 crossed Lazarus.
Gone.
And the
repeat of day 1, Peter.
And, well, the bloody Danes are third. Yandu's starting to wriggle his way through. He's just rag and famished tacked on Yandu. So Mick Lane at Yandu's gone back on the port.
Well, the rag will be trying to protect the left here.
Yeah, well, they're just trying to wriggle away from Yandu. There's a gaggle of boats coming here at Bradley's Head. Just looking for a nice left-hander to go bounce out of Taylor's Bay on. 3 boats, Bigfoot from the left, Fisher Paykel, Bigfoot and Vycovie. Breeze just starting to pick up a little. 10 knots Vycovie bails, but there's the race leader. The New Zealander. Doing a fine job. Gear looks well set up. And Lazarus and the bloody Danes. Well, this has put a few cats amongst the pigeons, Andrew, if you could use that terminology.
Yeah, pigeons, cats, all the above. But I do think that the rag might be quite close now to Lazarus, Pete, when they go back. You know, pretty big left on the left edge here. Beautiful smooth water.
It is lovely. Tide. It's starting just to trickle in now. It's not high till 10 to 9 here in Sydney time, and it's almost 3 o'clock, so it's got almost a 6-hour flood. And the harbour's starting to empty a little bit, but still a few yachts coming down. But here's Lazarus and the bloody Danes. We haven't seen them figure too highly in the top placings so far this regatta.
Right on the other side, Pete, and that last shot's Finport.
He's gone, yes, he's not far out of it either, Jimmy. There he is right down in Rose Bay, coming out, but it's starting to head as they get across here. So they'll go back in good left pressure.
Pretty good compression, as we usually say, against the Chowder Headland. ASCC not far off attack here. On screen, though, the Danes in their distinctive fluorescent jumpsuits, we'll call them.
Jesper, Tobias and Max. Just now, good tack from the 18 boys.
So the Lazarus is very close, Pete.
Is it close, but ASCC 1 is across.
Two boat lengths cross.
And Finport coming back on nothing too great, but he's certainly in the top 3 or 4.
4 or 5,
He's
anyway.
just got the bow up then, Finport, just as I said that.
Yeah, but he's got to eventually get at this left-hand air here, Pete, so got to eat the header at some point.
There's Lazarus now, tacking. Tom Kunich, Mart Chapon and Tim Morishima. Fine job. Recalled at the start, went back. So the question is, where's Yandu out of all that? Because he's the one that everyone will be watching. He went out to the right also.
Yeah, I can't see how the right works in this northeasterly at all, really.
No, Finport will be in third. And there's Yandu and Balmain coming back on starboard. Ahead of them is the Bigfoot. And then out to windward Vycovie. And then Andu going hard right. He's got to throw a few things at this now. So this is the traditional northeast course. One race today. If you come onto this Chowder Head, you'll be really getting some good left-hand pressure. Best we've seen. There's Chowder Head. Chowder Bay in the background. Clifton Gardens.
So Finport is in third, Pete. So they've made a fist out of the right edge somehow. Don't ask me how, but
Yep, that's the top three. Yeah, coming back from the right looks tough now. Very tough.
Well, Pete, in your port window there, what wind direction do we have, sir?
Well, we're sort of north of northeast. How's that?
015 or something magnetic. And the fin port's going to come all the way here, I think.
Yeah, there's certainly more breeze here and probably a bit more left also. Keegan York currently in 4th place overall in the title. He's going to go all the way here. 3, 2, 1.
And it's about as close as it looks.
You'd almost pull the centreboard up and go a bit further. He went that close, but nice tack, nice pressure, nice left-hander.
I thought he might worry a bit more about the cool boat that's just about to come down and get him. But anyway.
I'll give him a bit of a verbal, how's your father? Lazarus is tacked on ASCC 1, and Finport's going to be very close. It's a really close battle here, the top three. Rag trying to get into play. He would be 4th.
The Lazarus has got some wheels, hasn't it?
And these two are still across. Finport probably closed up a little, but now the Rag's going to go for hard left into Chowder Bay.
Yeah. Plenty of wind in there.
Well, more than there has been out in the middle, and it's about 10, 11 knots.
Big left.
At the most.
So we're travelling with the Dragon Famish.
It's riding a couple of powerboat waves there. Very accurate steering by Harry Price. How far does he go here? But we're on
here they go.
The 2 leaders. And they're going now. They're the 2 leaders. ASCC 1 and Lazarus. Now, Finport's gone out in the middle again.
He learnt the lesson once before this regatta, Pete, but...
And Andu is right in on Nielsen Park, off screen, but he's gone hard into the right. But they're the 2 that we're looking at, the 2 leaders. So will they get to a ley line here? They probably will, won't they? Looking at some of those yachts up ahead.
Absolutely.
See Andu right in Nielsen Park. He looks pretty high there on starboard compared to the boats here on starboard.
Yes. Yeah, but Pete, the mark is in the northerly flow, not in the easterly flow, so I don't think there's a viable way, but there might be.
Well, he probably had to throw the dice a little.
And Bloody Dane's having the race of their life.
In very good shape.
I don't want to be rude, Jimmy, but the Danes enjoying this immensely, but we get to see them stick 3 laps together.
Got to start somewhere.
Yep, no, fair call.
And Victorians up as well. They'll be...
they like their big rig quite a lot.
Danes having to take a dip.
Unusual for men from Port Phillip Bay. Big rig. Deary me. Let's just see here. Everybody's on port, sort of.
Okay, that's Team Victoria.
The old No Youth boat.
Scott and Dave Cunningham and Brodie Riley.
And they've got it dialed in pretty good.
They look pretty sharp at the moment, but it's beautiful conditions, as we keep saying, on the harbour. For those that are not locals or maybe watching from overseas, it's a lovely 10, 11 knot north-northeasterly breeze. And we're approaching the end of the first windward beat. 3 long beats in this course. And there's the traffic of the lasers we can see right in Camp Cove, Lang Point area, just to the north of Watson's Bay. It's the Western Channel pilots of Battle Royale. Lazarus, Tom Kunich, trying to squeeze up.
Amazing news. The Andu's got a beauty out of the right. How about that?
Yeah. He's absolutely got himself into third spot here, or fourth at least. He went hard right and stayed right for him. That is a powerful comeback here from Andu.
So there's just enough east in Watson's Bay to make it work. Who would have thunk?
So downwind with a small rig. That could hurt a little. But he's in the ballpark. And he's well ahead of Yandu.
Amazing.
Where did Finport end up in all of that? Oh, he's coming out on the right as well. He went into the right and looks pretty solid up there. So these boats are heading back now. There's Finport, Keegan York. He's high right too. He's very much in this.
Well, I never know because nobody went hard left, did they? So
no. Well, these boats, Lazarus and ASCC1 went the furthest left. I think they'll still be across Finport. There's an armada of lasers here.
Laser radials. Times 1,000 approximately.
They are everywhere. There'd be a fleet of well over 100 boats here, Jimmy, wouldn't there?
Oh, have to be. Easy.
So ASCC1 bailed out. He was getting pushed up by Lazarus. Now they're both going out to a port ley line. And where did Finport end up? Oh, Finport's close enough, but he's still third, I think. Yes, he won't be in the lead. That's him there above Lazarus. Oh, and there's the Rags back in the picture. Andu taking a few sterns. He just went behind Bigfoot. And there's the two combatants there that are vying for the championship, along with Andu. It's Marine Outlet coming upwind behind them, handily placed.
Now this will be interesting.
So they're set up here on the port tack ley line.
This fishing boat's going to be interesting.
Yeah, he's going to cop a "How's your father?" in a moment. But Lazarus will lead. Tom Kunich, well done. Tom Kunich.
The fleet has somehow gotten compressed up, Pete.
They have again, haven't they?
I don't know how that works, but you'll see that there's 5 boats within about 40 seconds here.
Lazarus leads. He's around. He's just the mark there.
And the Rags pickle their way back up to
Rag
somewhere.
will be third behind ASCC1. Good job, those boys. Lazarus jibing straight away.
I'll get an explanation from the Rag boys after.
Rag third. Finport 4. And Andu 5. And Yandu 7th. Vykobi will be... Oh, no, Yandu's going to slip in here. Yandu got the tack completed. They slide around just inside Vykobi. Then a little gap.
And the Andu a jibe set, which I think is probably a good answer for them.
Remember, they've got their little rig in.
Oof, and the ASCC down the track, they're nearly getting trouble in the jibe.
Oh, and Yandu got a big wine glass. Came out now. Balmain boys are next.
So a little bit of stuff here, Pete, that isn't even 10 knots. So God knows how Andu's got up there in single digits.
Yeah, well, he went hard right. There goes Henry Larkins around in the Balmain. And then the Danes have fallen from grace a little. Then the next two will be the Black Knight. Oh, there's a lot of yelling going on here.
It's the old story of the Port Tack ley line, Pete.
It gets ugly.
Pretty hair-raising place.
Yeah, okay, the Black Knight's around. Oh, there's yells. You have to do your turns. Okay, Bigfoot's round the outside of the Royal Oak. Then Victoria. And who's this screaming in here?
Marine Outlet.
Marine Outlet.
And then the Bloody Danes.
Bloody Danes. Well, they've gone, Royal Oak's done a squirrely old jibe, but they're okay. Then next around will be Fisher Paykel, and then around the outside, here comes the Burrowang at full biff. Straight into a jibe, Simon Nern and the boys. Yeah, it looks tricky, Andrew. Do you jibe, or do you have to jibe at some stage, obviously? Do you jibe early or jibe late?
Well, easterly is prevailing here now.
Yeah,
so, you know what I said, that it'll be northerly at the mark? That's completely wrong. It's easterly at the mark. So starboard's high. I'd be on the other jibe to some degree. But there does seem to be quite good pressure in the middle of the river now with the easterly flow.
Yeah.
The Kiwis have gone all, and the Rag's gone a fair way on starboard.
There's our RAYC team.
Yep.
The angle difference between the Burrowang and the Royal Oak not on screen is
massive, isn't it?
Like 20 plus degrees.
Yeah.
Nearly 20 anyway.
Yeah. Okay, well, they're off all on those 2-8 starboard jibe, and the leaders now have jibed back onto port.
The other problem being, I don't think you can go through the laser fleet.
No, it's massive. It's just incredible.
Just a wall of
white sails.
White sails.
On the lasers. Sea-Tech, followed by Shaw and Partners. And then the last group, led by Sixt. Who else we got out there? The other ASCC2 is well back. I don't know where she's going, actually. She's
Boston's Bay for fish and chips.
I think so, and a schooner, I think.
Firsty.
Okay, Shaw and Partners round into their jibe, but here we go. We're overhead with a middle to leading group. That's Yandu left, and ASCC 1 bottom right. Rag in the middle.
And Yandu typically been about 30 seconds faster in the downwinds than most of the fleet.
You can just see that massive laser sailors off Bolton on Glass, Watson's Bay area, but this is where I'm with Sea-Tech.
Yeah. Absolutely, you've got no chance in that melee.
Marine Outlet. Okay, by Kobe, Balmain, and Andu. You'd have to say that Andu would be hurting now, Andrew, with that small rigging.
Well, you saw how little wind there was in a few places.
Yeah, he did a terrific job upwind to get as high as he did. Remembering he went back also at the start, he was over.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Got a lead change, I think, here, Pete.
Yes, I think Harry Price has wriggled his way into the lead. Or has he? No, yes.
I'd say the answer to that is yes, Peter.
Yeah, he's got himself ahead of Tom Koenig in the Lazarus.
And I did say the ASCC boys did a very shaky-looking jibe. I'm not sure what happened. The spinnaker foot got in the water, I think. Well, so it can easily cost you 20 seconds.
Them, just see them with the white spinnaker and the red and blue oval. Look who's coming into the play. It is Yandu. He would be probably fifth at worst.
Yeah,
he's running into a bit of down pressure here. He's got to bail out of here, I would think.
He's taking some risk here right now, Pete. Right or wrongly.
See Rag a lot lower than him with good pressure coming down the side of Shark Island the first time.
The old rule of thumb, mate, you've got to hit the middle of Shark.
Anyway, he's got some pressure and got the bow down now. Mick Lane, Louis Brake and Fang Warren, series leader, trying to get themselves into fourth spot here. Oh, full wick here on the rag.
Yeah, but that's still faster than VMG running, Pete.
Behind them, and Lazarus, he's fully arced up as well, as there's some vintage 18-footers just running square to the mark. Look at that. There's a generation or two apart. Moderns versus the oldies. What a sight now as Rag and Famish leads the fleet in the 8th and second last race of the 2024 JJ Giltinans. Today's race partner is Smeg, the Series Board Dubai Winnings, racing for the Big Kite Memorial Trophy. And the Rag will lead at a jibe mark. A bit faster than the older boats at the moment.
So Lazarus and the Rag, Pete, are going to be quite well separated here in front.
Well, they've got to jump again, the old Rag.
And, you know,
will it be enough?
Yep.
He's got to get some boats between he and Yandu. I don't know whether that's going to be possible.
It's probably not.
It's going to be a long way to go still.
Yep.
2 more long beats to go.
Winning by more minutes doesn't
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't count, you know.
Oh, here's a go. Can the red and white spinner get the jibe done quickly, do you think?
No.
No, I'd say no also. No. Oh, he's got to pull the sheet on and help. There we go. Oh. He's doing a bit of spectatoring, I think.
I think they're not looking at the sail,
No,
that's for sure. Funny, isn't it?
Okay, well, Lazarus then followed by ASCC 1 and Yandu.
Finport taking the odds to it up high as well.
Oh, the blue chute's a bit slow here. Got to get the pole back here, Andrew. Anyway, they're extending a long way past this jibe mark, going in almost the eastern side of Point Piper. That's what Rag and Famish has done. Is ASCC 1 in 3rd place, Yandu 4.
Yeah, he's just trying to avoid any semblance of the lull on the leeward side of the island.
There's a puff coming down to them. The tailing packer starting to throw a bit of white water here.
Yep, ASCC 2nd, and that's a good 1 minute. And the Yandu getting tangled up with the historic code.
He's trying to jibe. He's dropped his jib. It's the way you do it. Sort your lee cloths out, your runners out. Well, it's a great scene here. Old versus new, or new versus old. And goes without saying that new boats are jibing somewhat quicker than the older boats, but Rag and Famish, he has bolted again. He's at the western end of Point Piper, and Lazarus is still at the eastern end.
And Pete, if you recall, he was only 3rd at the top.
He has just absolutely jumped ahead.
A bit of a torching.
There he is. In
Lazarus
light.
2nd, ASCC 3rd, Yandu 4th, Finport 5th, Balmain 6th, Vycobi 7, Andu 8, Black Knight 9, Bigfoot 10.
Now Lazarus starting to get a bit of wriggle on. ASCC 1 has jibed early, as has Balmain. Finport and Yandu have jibed late. That's them there, those two. Finport to Leeward.
Quite a tricky leg this with it. Also a big private vessel moored in the way of the reach or motoring slowly.
Motoring, it's a sea deck, it's not a private vessel.
What is it?
Party boat.
A private vessel.
Not private.
There's Lazarus. They're still just starting to get the pressure now. It's been a long time without him. He's just starting to jump 3 strings. Or 2.5.
A couple of jibes for the leader to get to the bottom.
He has bolted again. The Rag and Famish. Lazarus holding down 2nd spot. Okay, this is the Rag and Famish. You've got 2 jibes and in. chasing pack, led by Lazarus. All hunting up for pressure. It's quite light. This will be the detriment of any skiff on their smaller rigs. Lazarus just starting to get the good breeze again. But all eyes are on the race leader.
It's nice of the Royal Sydney Yacht Squadron to lay an orange mark there, orange mark.
Very similar mark, but when you got close to it, you saw RSYS on it. But obviously, Harry Price has seen the correct mark with the North Sail logo on it. Now, this boat's laying at right angles to the course and moving very slowly. So everyone's driven above him.
The rag coming in with a jaw drop.
And the rag, down here, we've only got 9 knots. Nice early clean drop. He's so far ahead again. Let's put the clock on it, Andrew. This will be won't be 2 minutes. It'll be close to it.
90 seconds, right?
Yes. Okay, he's around. Clean. Still not a great deal of breeze. It looks more at Bradley's head, I must say. Look at some yachts up there, and I think it'll build as he gets up there. The tide now starting to come in with some force. So Lazarus, yeah, it'll be a good, well over a minute, I would think.
Yeah, and he's got to do a completed jibe.
Yeah, he's got a jibe to make sure his lay line's accurate. And that's spinning her across, boys. There we go.
No, it's just going to be a minute, Pete.
Tom Koenig and his crew of Mark Chapon and Tim Morishima. They've been very good at times in this regatta.
Well, Pete, if they could start the regatta again, if they could just exclude their first 3 races, right, they'd be having a good day out.
Well, they had a non-finish on the second heat. A bad day in the first heat, but since then they've had a 7-4, 8-6 and 4. At the moment they're second.
Yep.
So who's got themselves into third here? Still the New Zealanders. As Lazarus, just see how light it is here. There it goes. What was that differential, Andrew?
Exactly 220 or thereabouts. Sorry, 120. 120, sorry.
Okay, New Zealanders third.
They'd be scratching their head about what happened because they were right in it at the top mark.
They've obviously got upwind speed.
Yeah.
Burns.
Yandu have jibed early and they're going to hurt coming in, but... And then right up their exhaust pipe is Balmain. Finport coming in.
Finport should be able to gain here. They do the good timing on the
he jibed as well. ASCC 1 around. Yandu on the inside of Balmain, and then...
Don't think Finport can go in there, can they?
He's going to try it.
No, you wouldn't think so.
By Kobe and Bigfoot.
But they did.
They did. He's just... Balmain just gets the jib on now. Vykobi in touch. Then the Bigfoot in touch. Next will be the Burrowang, head of Andu.
I'd like to see the guys from Bigfoot come down and do a bit more racing during the season just to get themselves polished up for the JJs to see what sort of damage they could do. They've had a great back end of this JJs.
Get familiar with the harbour a bit more, absolutely. The Burrowang goes around. Oh, inside them, the Black Knight.
Oh, the Black Knight's in the top.
Doesn't look too good, no. They're going to save it.
Saved it just.
Just a good dial up there. Oh, and Andy's got some work to do with this little rig on. It's behind the Royal Oak now. They've got to roll a lot of dice here.
They might as well go home, mate.
Well, you never know.
Though you'd never say that, but...
Victoria team next around. Just see how light it is for Andu there in the gas of the Royal Oak.
He's just going to hope it builds, I suppose. And fair enough. Been known to catch people out, but...
It's got to build quickly for them. It doesn't look like it at the moment. Comes the Bloody Dane next, followed by Marine Outlet. They got lost a bit. I think they're a bit further up than that. So,
Well, Pete, the bloody Danes got most of the way up the beat in 5th or 4th.
yeah.
So I'm not sure what happened, but I did say that we had trouble putting 3 laps together. Oh, well.
And this Clark Island mark is a lot deeper than normal because of that other mark up there. So not to confuse the 18-footer fleet. They've all negotiated that pretty well. There's Marine Outlet, and in the background, Fisher Paykel. Well, what are we seeing here, Andrew? A long starboard, and then where do we go from there?
Breeze looks
Stay
like
in the left, I think, do we?
Breeze looks like it's averaged a bit. It's still left in the left. More genuinely 045 in the middle of the river. 040.
Well, as we watch the fleet go around, we might say hello to Adrian Howe. Adrian is talking to us about the European 18-footers races coming up. The European Circuit 24. The April is on Lake Ammersee in Bavaria near the castle. In May in Aarhus in Denmark at the National Centre. July is Lake Garda. September is Weymouth in the UK, back after a 5-year break at the National Centre, which was used for the London Olympics. So, Adrian, we hope you're the class secretary over there. We hope you get a lot of boats over for that Europeans. There's a lot of choices there. You can go to Bavaria, Denmark, Lake Garda or Weymouth. Where are you going? Bucko?
I'm going to Garda, I think, mate. And to visit the Prince in Bavaria.
You haven't got an invite. Jimmy and I got an invite.
I think, Shippo, we start a GoFundMe page. We can go to all of them and live stream it for them.
I'll send the link and we'll start donating as we watch RAYC go around. Shaw and Partners back a little bit. And then coming down is Smeg and C-Tech. Tail enders are ASCC1 and 6th. Noakes is around as well. So the breeze is not building. It's only 11 knots at very best. It's our friends on Noakes. Beck Hancock, Lindsay Stead, Brandon Bike. There's a couple of the old vintage 18s going upwind at slow pace. Very busy on the harbour again. A lot of yachts out, cruising boats, as you'd expect on a beautiful autumn Saturday, more like a summer Saturday. With the water temperature at 24 degrees, the air temperature way up there. Team Victoria. Black Knight. Just down leeward and ahead is Balmain. They were about 6th at the time. Doing a nice job, Balmain. Henry Larkins, he just...
Sydney Harbour today, a bit of a tough job though, Pete, isn't it? Spiky wind, holes in it. Lots of traffic. Quite a few keel boats.
There's Finport and Yandu. They've gone to the right. And the rag is absolutely bolted again. Lazarus and ASCC 1 still second and third. I can't confirm what order. Yandu is fourth. Tom Koenig and his team, very, very good effort. And that lovely big sail breeze, now it's got a bit lighter, if anything.
Well, this is kind of what the model said, Pete. It said virtually 10 knots kind of as the afternoon went on.
It wouldn't be 10 here.
No, exactly. But making the point, Pete, that it was predicting a fade, not a build. Look at this bloke in the gaffer here, Pete. Sorry, viewers, not on screen. He's got the Traveller up to windward, Peter. Do you know anything about that?
You invented, bucko. There's Harry Price. That's how far ahead he is. It looks a lot shorter on the camera, I can assure you. It's a big lead. So this time to the Beetle Boy, then the Shark Island is omitted. They go straight back down to the starting area at Clark Island.
Harry's lifting quite considerable up there on the right starboard.
Yeah, so the breeze, it has turned right but faded.
It's going to be a long race time-wise. That's Yandu's just tacked off from Finport to Split, so he's going into the right. Oh dear, dear. Tricky, tricky. Vykobi starting to put the foot down. They're going to nearly cross Yandu here. You'll see them in a moment. They
nearly, Pete, or no? Not exactly, but close.
That's Shark Island in the background, so Yandu going into Shark. It's Kirk Mitchell, Andrew Stevenson and Daniel Barnett. I'm Vykobi. Dan's father and grandfather, both JJ champions. Famous name in 18-foot skiff racing, that's for sure.
And yacht building, perhaps, Pete?
Well, just a famous name on the waterfront.
Yeah.
With Finport and ASCC 1. Oh, it has got lighter up here.
Sick as an old puppy, isn't it?
Well, if you've got a small rig on, it'll be tough going.
So, Pete, let's just mention my old mate Big Kite, because today the prize for the race is the Big Kite Memorial. Big Kite, A-grade 18-footer bowman. I had the privilege of sailing with him for several seasons. 12-footer guy, ex-Hunters Hill. Started life in an 18-footer with Bluey Chapman and Andrew Gothard under one of the brewery sponsors back in the day.
Real name?
Real name, Dave Stevens.
Thank you.
Super duper athlete, could have played in the front row for your East Beasts, Peter, I think. Fast twitch guy, barrel chest, about 88 kilos. Back in the day, that was a heavy bloke. Tough, fearless, great spatial capabilities. The best manager of ferries, fleet and kumquats that I've had the privilege of sailing with. We won 2 Giltinans together, 83 in Auckland and 84 in Sydney. After the 83 Giltinan, he was diagnosed with a pretty aggressive form of leukemia. Sailed on and we managed to get home in the 84 event in Sydney, not so easily, but the first year of the asymmetric, so his career spanned plywood to carbon and asymmetric. Subsequently, we raced again in Foster's, but by then he was getting a crook. But he remains in our memories and undoubtedly the only guy to win at Giltinan with a shunt for chemotherapy in his chest each day. Amazing fella.
Indeed, thank you, Andrew. And as you say, sorely missed, and we pay great respect to him and any of his family that may or friends will be watching.
Well, I mean, Pete, he's one of those guys, everybody that knows him, you know, Bluey and the guys that sail with him also, we always talk about him when we see each other, you know. It's just extraordinary. Very street smart as well.
So the harbour clearing of yachts certainly between about halfway up the second beat, still the massive armada of lasers in Watson's Bay, but as far as the runway is concerned for the 18s, it's pretty clear.
Until the 4 o'clock bell rings for all the timeshare boats to go home, Pete.
Yeah. Is that how it works, Jimmy?
Yes,
we're off.
That is mayhem.
We're off. That, Pete, it's turned into a kind of 040 funneling nor'easter. It's cooled down quite a bit with the change of tide.
I just hate to keep saying it, but you cannot believe how far Rag and Famish is ahead.
Well, the rich got richer again, didn't they?
But he did do a good job on the run. How accurate he's been. He's just phenomenal how far ahead he's got. There's the Black Knight trying to hang into the third or fourth. The battle is in for second, really, now. It's very tight for the minor placings.
Well, the cat amongst the pigeons, perhaps if the Yandu isn't able to get up into the top two.
Yeah, that big yacht in the background is Whisper, formerly Chinese Whisper, formerly Jetho, now owned by David Griffith, former 12-foot and 18-foot sailor of great note and great success. Just out practising for the Pittwater to Coffs Harbour race in a couple of weeks' time, but there's Lazarus. Coming upwind as ASC1 splits with him. And we're lucky to be seeing 10 knots here. But we're seeing the race leader with the magnificent Camp Cove beach in the background. He's approaching the weather mark. He's about a fair way off it, really, but
4 minutes or something.
He can just sit back and enjoy all this. Little puff coming down to him. Beautiful sailing and boy, has he been accurate and successful today. But Vykobi and Yandu.
Look at that bit of east he's got. He's got the most wind with the most right as we speak.
Just looking for a little lefty to go back on. But
yeah. But just watch as he falls out of the puff, Pete. Look at that.
Oh. Anyway, we're on Vykobi and Yandu. They're a long way back from... There's the Western Channel pile. He just tacked on that. He took a real down pressure header. So
the rag flopped over. So big separation here between ASCC and Yandu on the starboard edge, looking upwind, and Lazarus on the other edge.
Well, Lazarus and Finport have gone right into Clifton Gardens, Chowder Bay. ASCC 1 and Yandu have gone right into Steel Point, Nielsen Park area. Vykobi sort of cut up the middle a little bit, but no pressure whatsoever on that chappie, the Rag and Famish.
I'll be interested to see which way he goes down the run. Quite tricky. He's been successful 2/3 towards the right edge on this beat.
That's Vykobi. I think the left may have... Oh, it's hard to tell. Lazarus looks strong in the left now, coming out of Clifton Gardens, but just see what happens as they converge. Just see way in the background. There's Rag and Famish. Just gone. Closing up on the windward mark.
He's not around it yet, guys.
Not around yet. Now this will really tell us something here when we see Lazarus, who's going to come across the bow of Vycobi by a fair bit. Vycobi there. Well, Lazarus went hard left, furthest left. There he comes. Where is he? He's coming. There he is. Okay. Now, he's starting to head a little, and Yandu and ASCC1 are starting to lift in the middle. ASCC1's got a beaut lift on the starboard, but it's tricky. Kirk Mitchell just having a look around.
Now, if he's committed on this edge, he wants to go as far as he can here.
He's got to tack just before these waves. Another friendly idiot. Oh, talking about friendly idiots. We'll see a beauty here in a moment.
Oh, another entrant in the Kumquat Award.
Oh, just go a bit closer to him. Yeah, that's it. A bit more waves. Look at this fool.
At least
at least he's sort of out of the way a little. He's going to dock in about 2 hours. He's still got the fenders down on the other side.
It's got some wave action, hasn't it? Oh well.
Anyway, Vycobi's negotiated that. And
now our turn.
He's just short of that port ley line. That's the mark. You can just see it in the left as the rag
Just around the mark now.
He got a bit slow up there. He ran out of a bit of pressure, I think.
I don't think there's any wind in the middle.
No, that's right. So his jibe to run out on starboard towards Clifton Gardens. So Lazarus still second. Oh, Yandu's dropped. Oh, Finport and Yandu close together, but Vycobi's jumped them big time.
Yeah. So
Vycobi's got himself into fourth.
the guys that have stood hard left into the northerly stream on the left edge have come out in front.
So a little better.
It's a bit strange. It's a big lead now to the rag, Pete.
Massive. He's just passed them, and they're still about 100 metres in from the weather mark. But Tom Koenig has got Lazarus smoking here to be second, but take nothing away from our New Zealand friends.
When Lazarus is giving them some pain. ISCC's going to have to do 2 more tacks. Lazarus just 3 strings nearly at the mark. Wow.
Bit of traffic at the mark here.
So let's call that 2 minutes 30 in very round figures.
So no jibe on the Lazarus yet. Just to bear away. Get the set shoot. You'd think he'd jibe soon, but there he goes. Set and gone, and ASCC will be third, but right on his hammer is the fast coming Vycobi.
They don't mind a bit of downrange.
Vycobi fourth.
Lighter crew.
Then Finport fifth. Vycobi straight into a jibe.
Yeah. Finport in front of Yandu.
Yeah, Yandu's short of this mark by big time. So Yandu has got a lot of work to do. Speaking about a lot of work, any sign of Yandu? Oh, he's way back, isn't he? Yandu over there. George's Head as Finport goes around. It's not much wind here. 8 knots, maybe 9, a little gust, but nothing more. So can Yandu improve his position enough to
looks like he might have a discard.
He may well have a discard, so that will mean the title is still alive.
Yep.
Still alive. Yandu around. So Lazarus, ASC C1.
The whole laser fleet here on starboard.
And Yandu are all still on port while the rag is, the big foot.
Can Yandu find a hole? They can. Amazing.
Oh, they're going to try and...
No, they've done well.
They'll get the puff of the day now.
Yeah. So all those boats on port jibe, but the rag has gone down on the western side. He's way down in Taylor Bay. Gone. There's the big foot set. Purple chute. Comes the Black Knight. Oh, it's been put around by Balmain.
Legitimately. No problem.
Yeah, he was laying the mark too, I think.
But he shouldn't waste any time.
They should tack in tandem. And they do. Oh, downspeed tacks. Okay, Balmain round. Then Black Knight. Next will be Royal Oak. Oh, Victorians off camera in irons, are they? What are they doing? Jimmy, they're just
don't
run
know.
out of wind, have
they? Maybe someone might have fallen off the back of the boat.
There they are. They've just stopped. Is everything all right, I hope?
No, they're trying to get rolling. I think they just got a big velocity header and lost steerage way.
Two guys there.
There's a slightly wet one slightly more wet than the other two.
Yeah,
okay. That as well.
Be nice to get wet in a day like this. It is very hot here on the harbour. Just got to turn the air conditioning up a bit and we'll be very happy. And here comes Andu. I'll be back where we'd be 12th, I suppose, I guess, something like that.
We've run out of fingers and toes, mate.
Yeah, his goose is cooked. He's around. Next will be the Burrowang, Young Henry's. And it's not even 10 knots here at the weather mark. Okay, so this long run back to the starting area at Clark, then one more beat, and then they're on their way home. Marine Outlet follows Andu, then the Victorians.
I think the skipper might have fallen off the wire looking at the Victorians. He's sitting in, steering with a very short tiller extension.
Oh, okay. The guy's sort of jibing down the middle where I think the best breeze is. Well, there's a case of find the wind, is it, really? No, absolutely. Run into a soft spot, you can really lose some distance. Lazarus got some good heading pressure there. Still second.
Yeah, it's a good race though, 2 to 5, isn't it?
Well, that's where the contest is,
Yeah.
because the rag has gone almost down to the leeward mark. It's hard to believe how far ahead he is. It's a similar story to Thursday. I mean, he just kept on keeping on and got his nose out in front, and wow, he has gone. There he is, right down there. And it's not a high-speed run by any means. So the time will be rather large.
I think looks like the east side has still got good pressure, Pete. So we're not too far behind ASCC down there, Shark Island. Good line of wind.
We're looking at Lazarus, who's on the western side of the harbour. And there's right at Shark Island. The eastern side is the New Zealanders. Well, they're looking out of the boat for sure. I mean, you couldn't say they know the harbour. They're just trying to find the windiest spots here.
And I think they've done a pretty good job there, Pete.
They look as though they've got themselves very much into second place looking at this. Very much into second place. They really hammered the left.
So like I said, it's changing nature. The breeze into a slightly funnily 045 nor'easter. Slightly funnily, I use those words advisedly, but that's what we're seeing.
Will they cross Lazarus? I think they will.
Yeah, they will.
Comfortably, Pete.
Easily. They're now going to a little bit header towards Bradley's, and then
So big gain for the Kiwis, big loss for the Lazarus.
Yep. But what it tells you is the gain is not on the other side where the other guys all went. That poor old Yandu.
Well, that's the cross. So these boats are in Bradley's, and meanwhile the rag just about to go round the leeward mark. So that's the distance between second and third.
Yeah, the rag just dialed up at the bottom, so
she's around and on her way the final beat for the 8th and penultimate heat of the 2024 JJ Giltinan Championships, the winning championships, and today's race partner Smeg, and racing for the Big Kite Memorial Trophy. So, swap of places there. Lazarus has dropped to third. Kiwis have jumped into second. Oh, very much,
still in the race. But
not much in it.
It's a decent, 30-second gain to the Kiwis. 40 seconds, perhaps. Wow, extraordinary. And the fin port's up to fourth.
How long's he been around, Andrew?
That's 1:15 now. Going to be 2 and a bit.
You'll see him come out the leach of... There he is. of ASC C1 sale.
Yeah, marks a fair way down, don't forget.
Well, these boats have got a little way to go before they get to the lay line here. They'll both have one more jibing in.
Yeah, I think the Kiwis might be on a giant drop and the Lazarus might be on a completed giant, Pete.
Oh, there you go, Lazarus.
I think they're a bit early.
That's the mark.
Maybe not. Both boats completed giant.
No, they judged that pretty well, I think.
A little more pressure from the right edge. Well, we'll call that 245. Oh, the Lazarus over trimmed on the jib. Come on, boys.
Get a rumbling, boys. Okay, so second and third are clear of the fourth place, which will be Finport, just over Vycobi. Then Yandu in sixth. Well,
and Yandu's barely in touch with Vycobi and Finport, so
yeah, giving them a fair start, that's for sure.
Looking upwind though, good. Back to true nor'east, east nor'east nearly.
Yeah, but not that much pressure, is there?
No, still only 8, 9, 10. A little tiny bit more, but Finport, nicely judged lay line and pretty efficient little drop here.
So we think Yandu's back in about 12th spot with that little rig on. So this is the final lap now. They go up to the Beetle Boy, back round Shark, and then back here to the finish. Yandu chasing hard in sixth position.
Well, Pete, you'd expect to be able to get up past Vycobi, but I doubt he's got enough straight line speed to get past Finport. And it's kind of probably a one-way beat, at least the first half of it.
Well, the breeze has gone to the right a little, and because Rag laid right into Bradley's basically from this leeward mark, and he's now standing out on port tack into the middle of the harbour. The tide's had a good hour or so to start flooding, so it'll starting to be picking up a fair bit as we watch the top Queenslander go around in very accurate handling. And then Balmain, Henry Larkins, Finn Sprott and Flynn Toomey. Next around is the Black Knight, Heinrich, Thomas and Andy. Comes the Oak, Jacob Marks and his crew. So where are we looking at? We've got Yandu 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th. Burrowang will be 11th, and then Andu will be 12th. Oh no, if there's Marine Outlets jumped in front of him. Is that Marine Outlet?
Yeah, it is, Pete.
Just coming upwind with his spinnaker.
Coming in hot.
Yeah, absolutely hot. Just a little overlay there, Johnny. Curly. There's Andu. Oh, gee, back in about 12th or 13th position. There's the Royal Oak. Glorious sunshine on the harbour, and we're looking at the final heat tomorrow, so it's things stay the way they are. It could be all to play for.
How's that look?
We thought it may well have been decided today, but that does not appear to be the case right at the moment as we're going up the last beat. So everyone that could just went straight to Bradley's and bouncing off Bradley's head. There's starting to be a bit of traffic there.
A bid, Peter.
Well,
about 20 boats,
the Dufkin, the old
half an acre.
replica sailing ship, just going around at leisurely pace. But we're on Yandu. Can he bridge the gap and try and get up into the place getters? There's a long way to go to get there. They're well ahead of him now.
Good pressure too.
You'll see the nearest boat to him just tacking across his bow now. That'll be Vykobi. Sixth still coming downwind, a fair way back. Oh, there's power boats, there's ferries.
4 o'clock bell.
4 o'clock,
right
right on cue. Bondi Beach here at the moment. So Finport's got onto port, and Yandu is going to some really nice pressure here. He's going to get as hard left as he can. You can see white water now.
Oh, he's using the full runway, but big head sea coming off the power boat.
So
That's
nice
the problem.
attack. But pressure. That's
He's
what it's
got
all
wind.
about here. Through those waves. And how's he gone with Vykobi? Vykobi coming out on starboard. Oh.
I try to launch the camera cat off Manly Beach here, shipper.
No, the
Glad you're in charge, Jimmy. Yeah, Vykobi's across.
pretty easily.
And that's ASCC2, just still running downwind, with only a couple behind him. So this is a really good battle here for fourth between Finport, Vykobi and Yandu. Lazarus and trying to hold down or hold out the Aucklanders. Another ferry from Circular Quay to Manly approaching Bradley's head off camera. Now, which way do we go from here, Andrew? Vykobi's going into the left into Taylor's Bay.
I was hoping you weren't going to ask.
Finport middle to left. Yandu going right.
Yeah, but Andrews has tagged no peak, so they're now boxed in by Finport and Lazarus.
So Lazarus has taken the right-hand track in near Shark Island, and some of the chasing pack have gone hard left. So it's interesting to say the least. And the leader has gone hard right into Nielsen Park. But he really doesn't have a care in the world at the moment.
He's just doing some sightseeing.
Yeah, Rag Famish. He's
seriously
plotting his own course and sitting back and enjoying a nice Saturday afternoon sail. That's his story. That's like Covey and Finport.
Oh, it's a big gap still to second and
third. It is.
ASCC and Lazarus are still well in front of the next group.
See them in a moment as we keep. There they are. There's ASCC 1 and Lazarus. That's a good battle for second.
Yeah, I mean, just historically, ASCC's been pretty quick upwind, but not too good downhill. See what happens.
Okay, Yandu's very close to Vaikobi here. I think he's across him. Yandu's picked off one of them here.
Yep. So then the question, Pete, is can he catch Finport? Well, they haven't looked likely to all day, have they? But
no, but he's starting to come through now.
Now in mid-range for the rig, so.
So there's the Nielsen Park blinker, and there's Rag Famish just past the blinker. So he's about a bit over 2/3 of the way up this final beat. And then Shark Island awaits, and then the finish.
Just to the right of shots, a sunken vintage 18-foot skiff. That's what happens to them when they capsize.
Yes, it's a long tow home. Be nice day to have a swim though.
Well, it's the mistake. They've made a mistake, obviously.
They've made a big mistake. But no mistake on these two boys at the moment. Eli Leifting and Adam Mustel and Josh Shon on the ASCC 1, and Tom and his boys on the Lazarus. Tom, Mark and Tim. It's Clifton Gardens, but they're still out in the middle of the harbour. Tide starting to rumble in now. There's a ferry coming up here, which is going to do what? I hope the ASCC boys have seen it. They're going to have to bail out, are they?
They will have
Where's
seen
the
it.
ferry? There's the ferry.
They're in the middle of the river in the best bit of wind, I think.
Yeah, the ferry's going to go to windward of them.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, well.
Ferry steaming straight upwind, it won't hurt them. ASCC happy to be just loose cover on Lazarus, I think.
Not quite as high as Lazarus, just trying to go a bit quicker, I think. Yeah, there's the ferry and there's the two skiffs. They'll both. The ferry will pass to windward of them. And it's Yandu that's making a bit of progress. She's into fifth position. Oh, the ferry's now slowed down. What's happening here?
He's just turned to starboard a little, hasn't he?
No, he's slowed. Well, he's
come up
slowed
the
down.
throttles a little.
Yeah. We don't want him to do that. We want him to keep going. But anyway, they have the right of way.
Sure, I'll put the hammers down in a minute.
He keeps going. He'll be far enough away from them. Who's got second place here, Andrew? I think ASCC 1 has, haven't they? There's the Western Channel pile, and there's the race leader. Just probably getting out of the tide a little bit by going into the left.
Yeah.
And there's some good breeze round George's Head. There he goes.
I think Lazarus is probably even with him.
Yeah, it's light here. It's not even 10 knots, 8 knots at best. 8 knots here in Clifton Gardens. Lazarus tacks. No, the Kiwis have got him.
Yeah, just.
You have to duck, I think. He's taking a duck. Oh, yeah. Kiwi's tacking on his lee bow. Okay, you got to stick it back up, Tommy.
Kiwis.
That's the ticket.
Yeah, but I think I'd be happy with that if I was Lazarus, because I would want to come back to the left one more time.
Yeah, I think it'd be forced to now. It's difficult to live there. And there's good pressure around George's head. He's going to have a go at it here. The hang there.
Here they come. Well,
no,
maybe not.
No, he's got some left hand and a bit of pressure.
So that's the bit that came off the headland.
Yeah, he got that pressure and ASCC didn't. They're going into some lighter weather here.
Yeah.
ASCC's well bow down.
But if you look up at the headland, you go, wow, I want to go back, don't I?
Wouldn't you? There's best breeze of the whole day here.
Bit hard to tag off that lift though.
No, here he goes.
Here he goes.
No.
They've gotten too entangled with the other boat. They've just got to keep trying.
The rag is tacked, approaching the weather mark. He's got a fair way to go to the ley line, but he's standing out on starboard. I think what they're seeing, this yacht here is very high on starboard, ahead of them. Lazarus and ASCC1. They're standing ahead now.
ASCC into the head of them.
Yeah, he's got the advantage now.
In front of him. So
he's got port tack.
Lazarus has to go back.
Well, he can't tack now because he's in the lee of a yacht. He's got to extend out another 50 metres at least. But this is a really good battle for the second spot. The rag not far off tacking here for the port ley line. We're looking up at her. Now it's the overhead shot. There she goes. She's got about 40 or 50 metres to come in. And then the run to Shark Island awaits. So they're in the Western Channel, Palau, or a bit below it. Rag and Famish is at the Beachel Buoy, and all awaits her is an armada of lasers. They're coming around out of Watson's Bay. We'll see them in a moment. The rag is around. Finish bound. It's taking things nice and easy. Is he going to jive away from this fleet? But we'll see what we're talking about in a moment.
He's going to jive away from the laser fleet.
I think he had to. Look at them. They're everywhere. That's only a pocket full of them. They're everywhere. Okay, he's, I think, done the right thing. Get away from that melee. Get out in clear air and have a couple of goes at it downwind.
More than 100 lasers, Pete, by my quick count.
No, it's incredible. What a great sight. Great day for it. We're up at the weather mark, the Beachel Buoy near Sound Pigs. Maybe 8 or 9 knots of breeze. The rag has bolted once more. So. Point score will become very interesting.
And I'm here to tell you the Yanu's got in front of Finport.
Okay, so that puts him into 4th spot.
Yeah.
Can he get to 2nd or 3rd?
Well,
that's a big ask.
That's a big ask.
You'll have to have a bigger roll of the dice somewhere down the run.
Yeah, he's a good minute adrift of or at least a minute adrift of the 2nd and 3rd boats. This has been the enthralling battle.
ASCC's going to lead at the mark out of these pair. So 2 minutes and counting for the rag lead.
So ASCC's got him locked out there. They're going, you've taken him to the lay line. There he goes.
Plus a bit, I tell you.
Yeah, well, he has to now.
Yeah.
So if he's tight on the lay line, Lazarus can put the foot down a little. But the other news is that Yandu has certainly jumped away from Vycobi and Finport. He's clearly fourth. But just a really nice breeze now. It's just picked up a little for these two boats to power into the windward mark. There it is, just a yellow buoy. You can see there that ASCC is laying. Sprung sheets, both these boats. Okay, only a couple of boat lengths in this.
3 minutes and 10, Pete.
That's a nice lead, isn't it? 3 minutes 10. Incredible. ASCC won jibes quickly. Lazarus is not going to match him.
No, I think it will not favour a jibe set on this occasion.
Oh, Lazarus, come on, boys. What's happening here?
Got it stuck
Caught somewhere.
Stuck under the jib forestay.
Okay, there they go. Sheet on. On, Timmy. It's the boy. Got it. Now, away they go.
Yeah, the other jibe looks too lifted.
Okay, and right on their tail, but not laying, is Yandu. He'll be, what, about 40, 50 seconds adrift.
Yeah, that's a minute by the time he
must sort himself. But he's jumped ahead of Vycobi and Finport. Vycobi's into fifth spot. There's Yandu. 2 downspeed tacks at the mark. He's around. Not quite close enough, I don't think, but stranger things have happened.
Let's see. The Lazarus is going to take some risk here in the laser fleet. No, he's not. Good work, man.
Well, look at the fleet. It's just a wall of lasers.
Yep.
There's Yandu. Just set. Bear away. Vycobi next. Got a nice little puff to get low on.
I think he's got enough room to jibe back in front of the wind of...
he's getting ready to jibe, I think.
Kiwis,
there they go, yep.
Yeah, I think that's too far for Yandu to catch up, Pete.
I just think it might be. We just might try and see what we're talking about with these laser fleet. Here it is. I don't know whether an armada is the right word, but it'll do for the moment. Look at them. Everywhere. There's more to come. There's more to come.
They've moved the factory here, haven't they?
Talk about threading the needle.
About 120 boats, Pete.
You said you counted them before, Bucko, and it was 100.
I said more than 100. I counted half of them and doubled it, to be honest.
Where's Lazarus engaging down towards the bottom end of the laser fleet? Vycobi jibing. They're just seeing this wall of boats. They've got to jibe. There's nowhere else to go. Finport's still running down. But Yandu going out near the Western Channel pile. She's got to throw everything at this to try and get into second or third, but I think it may be a mission too hard for her. There's Finport. Keegan going to have a look at the lasers. No, they're not. There they go. Well, it's an international competition. There's Finnish boats out here. There's obviously Australian boats. There's English boats. Okay, so it's Finport on to starboard. So there's Lazarus and ASCC 1. Second and third.
Still a yacht race.
Okay, Lazarus jiving on the starboard. This is going to be close. No, the Kiwis are in front of him. That's the second place. Meanwhile, the Rag and Famish is almost at the giant mark at Shark Island. So, done and dusted for him. Really, barring a catastrophic accident, the Rag will win the 8th heat. To go with his win in the 4th heat and the 7th heat. So it'll give him 3 heat wins, the same as Yandu. Okay, so how far do you go out to jibe here? Lazarus will have to be first to jibe, I would think. ASCC's got nowhere to go, really. Only about 8 knots down here. Not. Oh, there's Lazarus going. Okay, they go in tandem. They've gone far enough, that's the question.
I think it's okay, Pete.
Do you?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not quite.
It doesn't look to it, but anyway, they'll hope for a bit of a headers across the point here at Steel Point. But Lazarus has got the header that he's looking for. Okay, he's got down on the bow of ASCC1. Good work.
Yeah, Lazarus, he's a bit faster downhill on average.
Okay, the Rag is around and jibe. That's a great drone shot. Our own Dylan doing a great job on the drone as usual. Well, it's just a run to the finish now for these boys. Rag and Famish. Josh McKnight and Finn Rodowitz demolished the fleet once again. The fleet has been so close. They, in the last 2 races, have made a mockery of all of that. Let's not forget this battle for second too, but Lazarus also went, not also, but she went back at the start, along with Andu. So he extracted himself so well on the Lazarus. He was up in the first couple about 300 or 400 metres after the start. So
yeah, it looks like that rig's finally got dialed in.
Got some speed on that rig.
Yeah.
Well, here we are. We're going to have a cockpit view of what the leaders are looking at here. Oh, they've got a power catamaran to get around here. So at the moment they're travelling just marginally quicker. I hope they've seen it.
Yeah, a little bit more pressure coming.
Here they come. They can roll down in front of this boat, who's not giving him any leeway at all. Okay, he's got a few more jibes into this finishing line.
Yeah, you probably go all the way to the lane line, Pete.
You'd think so. It's nice and comfortable. Harry's just looking around at the scenery on the catamaran. What a performance from these boys. Outstanding once again. There's a second and third. I suppose Harry Price will be looking back to make sure that they can get a few boats between he and Yandu. That's what he needs. There's the rag. Oh, let's get in there, Dylan. Let's give him a real tickle up. That's what we like. Look at that. Fantastic. So the finishing line is quite deep in Double Bay, so they've got a fair way still to go.
Yeah, the finishing line doesn't look like it's got enough angle to cross on.
No, it's
Across on port.
I see the Price family are there in their lovely launch. I'm sure we'll see some hooting and hollering from there. There they go, the jibe, they lay in.
They'll do one more
Well,
complete.
yeah, because the pin is a lot closer. Well, what a stellar performance this. To keep the series open, that's what everyone was hoping for, that we could go to tomorrow and find out who the champion will be, and that looks like it's going to be the case. The Rag and Famish, Harry Price. Just see what the margin will be here, Andrew. He's been under no pressure really for the last 2 laps. Oh, don't screw it up now, boys, for me. Okay, about 30 metres to come in.
Pete, even you couldn't sink them.
No, well, even if they sink, they could just drift across. Wonderful effort.
Gee, it's light, isn't it?
Isn't
Wow.
light now.
Goodness gracious me.
3, 2, 1, now. Okay. Cheers all round. That is a great performance to win the 8th heat. Here's the battle for second. Kiwis versus the New South Welshmen. Yandu, the news is Yandu's 4th, but I don't think he can get any better than 4th. He's just joined at Shark Island. There's not much else he can do. It's basically a one-way track now. Come out, jibe, a couple of jibes, and that's it. There he is in the middle of the 2, but it's Lazarus. Tom Koenig has done this wonderful job. Best performance of the regatta, best performance of the year. Holding down 2nd place from our Kiwi friends, who've also been outstanding. Kiwis currently 7th on the point score. This will elevate them somewhat, you'd think. Lazarus is 8th. Okay, he's numbered off nicely now, Lazarus. No problems at all for him. And 2nd place, you'd say, is assured. Just light again down at this area. There's barely full wing here. Finishing mark and committee boat are well down in Double Bay. Now, can't be too far off a jibe. Having a look at it now.
Nearly 90 degrees in its wind speed, Pete. 80 something, certainly. Wasn't their best, but anyway.
Oh, I think they'll take that. We'll have one more jibing in, and no damage done there with a ASCC 1 still behind them.
Yeah, they got good separation, not under any pressure.
Okay, so the pin is highly favoured in. So here comes Lazarus. 3, 2, 1. Jibing. Thank you. There we go.
Cruising up.
Well, they'll be thrilled with that effort. They probably weren't thrilled about us 10 seconds after the start, but...
Oh, they've dug their way out remarkably well.
Fantastic job.
I think they would have been more thrilled to get the boat 2 weeks early.
That's right. Well done.
Well done to them.
In round figures, 3 minutes 30, Peter.
Yeah, well. Now, ASCC1 in third. Now, the battle for fourth, I think, is going to be Finport trying desperately to get at Yandu, but I don't think he will. No, Yandu will be fourth, I think. Okay, there's ASCC1. Laying into the finish. There's Yandu not far off in jibe. I think he's clear enough ahead of Finport, isn't he? Yes. Oh, yeah.
Just a bit how much wind he gets out of the drive.
Well, I think this... It doesn't... Well, it does matter, but this will probably be his drop at the moment.
Yeah, it's his drop.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter at all.
So oh, it might matter. It might matter tomorrow. No, it won't because...
well, it might.
Yeah.
It might. Yeah, let's
not. Oh, here comes Finport. On starboard, but he can't do it, I don't think. No, and then by Kobe as well. Great battle for 4th, 5th and 6th.
I'll tell you what,
Finport's trying to have a piece of him. No, he won't do it.
No. Wow.
Well, what's Yandu going to do here? Yandu going to do here? Keep going?
No, he'll go until he can jibe and lay. Don't want to do 2 jibes.
No.
Quite expensive. Finishing line is a little odd.
It is, yes. Okay, Yandu. One more jibing in. Yeah, he's clearly ahead of Finport. You can see on that overhead. So, Yandu 4, Finport 5, and Vykobi 6. That's how I read all that. So, Yandu across. Jibing, there they go, 4th. So, let me get the calculator out and tell you what I see.
Don't think we need a calculator, Pete.
No, well, got to be accurate, Andrew.
Yandu on 13. Dragon Famish on 15.
Slow down, slow down, slow down.
The audience is entitled to know, Peter.
So,
Three, 13 and 15, 2 points difference.
yeah, so it's 2 points different.
Yeah.
Yandu will be 13 points going into tomorrow, and the Dragon Famish 15. So they are the only 2 boats that can win the title. Now, I think Yandu's day is over, or his race is over. But here's a good battle for 7th.
It is a good battle.
Black Knight, Balmain, and in the distance, the Kiwis, the Queenslanders. Bigfoot.
Oh, and the Black Knight's just broken out.
Oh. Balmain, that was not recommended. Down pressure jibe and okay, comes the Bigfoot on starboard. So the Black Knight's across. Balmain is not across. He's got to take he's got to go up, take his stern. So we'll probably try and nail him coming back to the finish. It's very light.
Yeah, the Balmain's got to get lined up and jibe for the pin.
Yes, they've got to be accurate here. Oh, the Bigfoot's got a really good one to get to jibe into. So 6th has been Vycobi. This is the battle for 7th, 8th and 9th. Oh, the Bigfoot.
No, that wasn't.
Not much pressure, no.
Well, that was one of the,
looks like advantage Black Knight here.
Not the jibe for the highlight reel, that one.
No. Black Knight jibing. Oh, Bigfoot's got
Bigfoot
pressure.
Just got a bit of pressure.
Yes.
Yeah, Black Knight's got to get heated and
Black
get going.
Knight's not heated. Bigfoot can get in here, can he?
No, he can't. They've been trying to run square.
Oh, Balmain's got him. Oh, I can do a good job, the Balmain boys.
So Bigfoot's got this funny VMG running technique, which you can now observe. He's got to go around the back of Balmain, though.
Black Knight. Okay, Balmain will get in there, I think, in that spot. Will he?
Yes, he will.
Oh, I don't know about that. No. Good job on the Bigfoot. He got there.
He did
I
just
think.
get there.
Bigfoot 8. Balmain 9. He judged that pretty well, the Bigfoot. Dave Hayter and Ben Roxburgh and Elliot Marr. So we've got 9 boats finished with Rag and Famish. A demolition job again, the clear winner. And then the Royal Oak is across in 10th place. Now, have we got any sign of Andu?
Right here, just to the left of that shot.
So he's going to be probably 12th. Because the Marina, maybe even further back. Marine Outlet will probably be next in 11th. So the title will be decided tomorrow between Yandu, Mika Lane, Fang Warren and Louis Brake. Plays Rag and Famish, Harry Price, Josh McKnight and Finn Rodowitz. As we're watching, what's happening here? We've got Marine Outlets across in 11th. And that's the Victorians down there, is it? With the
Yep. The old
Bergenhead Spinnaker. Is that Bergenhead Spinnaker?
Yep.
So they will be. Victoria will be 12. Victoria's still not there yet. They've got a bit of work to do. They've got 1.5 jibes left, really. There they go now. They're a lot closer to the pin than anyone else. So Marine Outlets across in 11th. Victorians now just got a little bow down here. They're around. They're 12. Now, doing Fisher Pike coming in. This really won't mean much for Yandu because this will be his drop at this stage. And remind you, they were over at the start, went back and really suffered with that little rig in as they limp across in 13th place. Andu 13th, Fisher Pike 14th.
Must be close with Noakes and Burrowang
Here comes the Burrowang on port. Here we come. Burrowang's going to get there, I think. 15. Yep, Burrowang's there. 15, 16. Oh, she's there,
Don't take your eyes off the screen, Pete.
Fantastic effort. And Noakes, well done to Noakes. The Burrowang. Well, Beck Hancock on the Noakes. The Burrowang Simon Nern. Here comes our race partner. They will be next, I think, will they? Or no, there's one ahead of them. Don't know who that is with a white chute. Okay, well, while we're waiting for these boats, we've got a fair gap. A little earlier in the week, we talked to a few visitors from America and got their point of view and welcomed them to Sydney. Let's hear what they had to say.
Well, we're here with Judy and Bill Babel, all the way from Michigan in the United States. Welcome, and tell us how you got here. Over to you, Bill.
Well, about 6 weeks ago, football was wearing down, and we went on YouTube, and we picked up the 18-footers and just started watching them on Sunday afternoon, and were incredibly enthralled. And so, what a great reason to go to Sydney, you know. And so to watch them for real. You present it so greatly. You have a great show. You really do. And we just had to see these boats.
And you belong to a yacht club back home?
The Grand Traverse Yacht Club in Traverse City, Michigan. And been members there for forever. And we race kind of keel boats more, but Melgus 24s too. We have a great Melgus 24 fleet. And we have great fun there.
Judy, you're a yachty?
I am.
Or a yachtswoman?
I was a yachtswoman, and for a while, until after a while, I decided to save our marriage and not race with Bill anymore. But I just love the coverage because we watch so many races that commentary gets a little boring, and I go put in a load of laundry. But with you guys, I can't move. I'm just there watching the whole thing.
Very kind. And have you been to Sydney before?
We were here last year, and so that was another draw. The harbour is such a phenomenal spot. And so we wanted to come and see how fast these boats really go.
And a bit warmer than home at the moment?
Oh, absolutely. We still have snow and ice, and it's pretty darn cold. So, no, this is absolutely wonderful. And everybody's so nice.
That's great. Well, welcome to Sydney. Enjoy the rest of the week, and it's great to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Go Regs.
Keep betting on the ride.
Thank you.
Well, I should have used the Jim Hardy tactics there. Hold a bottle by the neck and a lady by the waist. But I didn't. So, anyway, it was great to see them here. And we hope you had a safe trip home. And it's not too cold for you back there. So you're always welcome to come back. And let's hope we'll see you back next year, Bill. So here the battle is for 17th between the Smeg and the Bloody Danes, who are right up there at the first beat. They've slipped about a bit to the 17th. It's the Bloody Dane. And Smeg, today's race partner. And we saw in the park earlier today, we saw Nathan McNamara, skipper of Smeg's dad. I think it's Paul. He said hello to us and how much he's enjoyed watching. He's out on the ferry today. So Smeg along with Jed Crookshank and Jack Taylor. And where's our friend? Oh, there they go. The Bloody Danes are across 17th, Smeg 18. And still a few stragglers to come. We might get a full fleet to finish. Oh, just to the right off screen. We'll see them in a moment. There she comes. It's not the Titanic, it's the Burrowang.
I don't think we'd stay out here to see the full fleet, unfortunately, Peter.
They're a long
I think
way
the
back, Jimmy.
Hoffel House is just about to negotiate the lasers at the Beashel Boy.
Okay, well, they must have enjoyed the trip around the harbour, but the next will be 6th, and then I think we've got Shaw and Partners and 18-footer bar, Kitchen Makers there somewhere, I think. All right, well, Andrew, quick summary and what we can think about tomorrow and the weather and everything in between.
Well, Pete, you know, the rag was pretty convincing into today. They didn't start particularly well, just crawled their way up to third at the first mark and then just disappeared, basically. And downwind, they've been sailing very well. They've been jibing on the pressure and jibing, you know, at a pretty high standard. But a great day, I think, for the troops from Lazarus, Tom Koenig, Mark Chabon and Tim Morishima. Great to see them grinding their way towards the front of the fleet. Hard to put a combination together with about 48 hours notice as they did, and to get it to glue together. And today was a pretty tricky day, so great work from those boys. Good effort too from the Kiwis, obviously. Unfortunate for the Andu, and I'm not sure, but they've rolled the dice, perhaps based on some third-party advice, but the fleet's usually right, and the fleet was right today about the rig choice, I think. Anyway, a bit sad, but clear air tomorrow for the contest between Yandu and Rag and Famish, 2 points of difference. And the weather forecast, Pete, suggests second sail nor'easterly.
Oh, really? As fresh as that?
Yep.
Okay, well, that could
I don't
make
know,
things interesting.
Can't figure out how that might work, but there you go. Prefrontal, really, I suppose. That's all. So northeast-ish and fresher than today.
Any aero wash?
Plenty. Sunday on Sydney Harbour, that's all there is.
Right, okay. As long as we've got aero wash, we'll be okay. Well, exciting day today, especially if you're on the rag and famish. Well, it wasn't too exciting. They just kept on keeping on. Very exciting for Lazarus in second spot, ASCC 1, third, Yandu 4th, and then Finport, Vycobi, Black Knight, Bigfoot, Balmain, and then Royal Oak. That's the top 10. Gorgeous day on the harbour, big sail breeze. Andu unfortunately got it wrong for them with that second sail. So they now drop out of the race for the contest. It's 2 boats now, Rag and Famish. Harry Price plays Yandu Mika Lane tomorrow. It's going to be exciting. I think there'll be plenty of people out watching on the ferry, on the water. If you're not able to do that, please join us, the Sail Media team, and we'll bring it all to you from 2:30 local time here. It's going to be a good nor'easter. That's the forecast. We look forward to seeing you all then. So on behalf of Jimmy Bury and the Sail Media team, Andrew Buckland, I'm Peter Shipway, and I'll look forward very much to your company tomorrow in what should be an exciting day from a sunny, warm and not very windy Sydney Harbour. A very good afternoon to you.